Well, could this finally be the day we face our third successive Carabao Cup final, the one domestic trophy we have still not won? And yes, it's the familiar foe in Liverpool in the final. We then face Arsenal in a Champions League tie just 4 days later as we look to retain that crown that we won for the first time last year. But I'm not taking a step back in this final. The Carabao Cup is the one I want. And today, we're going to change system and try something different to achieve it. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 151 of Saving Southend with me, Daniel. We have had so much disappointment in domestic cup finals in recent years that today I'm taking a gamble. Partly because I want to try something different to try and win one of these games, but also because two of our first choice back four is suspended and I want to protect them a little bit. Sorry, suspended or injured. One apiece there. Lewis Herbert takes away a bit of a set piece threat, so we're going to have to try something different. If you're looking forward to seeing if it works and whether we can finally win one of these domestic cup finals, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. A reminder, we have played in every game for the last 2.5 seasons. We lost the Community Shield final this year, and last year and the year before, we lost the Carabao Cup and FA Cup finals at both times. Liverpool have been the side who have beaten us most often. They also took our Premier League crown last year. We look like we're edging closer to winning that back, but I'm not going to get complacent. There is a lot of games to come, and we've been hindered a little bit because in midweek, we ended up going to extra time in the FA Cup, which was not ideal. And you can see we've started conceding goals again this month. However, since you were last here for the double Newcastle game, we beat Cardiff in a topsy-turvy FA Cup replay, but as you can see, we rotated the squad very heavily. Logan McNaughton had an absolute shocker in goal, but Garnier got his first for the club. Gouillard got one as well, with Vasquez and Elmi off the bench saving the day. Elmi scored again at home to Forest in the league as we beat them 3-1. Nana Fair got the other two in a second half brace. A 3-0 win away at Wolves, the most comfortable and the only clean sheet of the month. Marciano, Elmi and Katala, all with first half goals. It was 2 early goals, one in each half for Adamson and Bernberg as we won 2-1 at Aston Villa. Really good result after falling behind in the 3rd minute. And Kivrakidis has recovered from that knock for today, which is crucial. In midweek, you can see the extra time goal scorers were players that would not normally be playing in an FA Cup tie of that ilk. They are players that came on to save the game. So Nana Fair came on at the start of extra time. Ivo Torres not long before. Elihu Vite got the goal for us in normal time. And a penalty put it back to 1 apiece. But now the business end begins. And you look at the run of Premier League games we've got coming up. The reason I'm not so excited, despite the fact we're top, about regaining our crown is because if you look at the fixtures we've got left, Arsenal away, Liverpool away, Chelsea at home, Manchester United at home. I mean, that's just a run of 4 or 5 games in succession. Spurs at home near the end, Hull the high flyers as well. There's a lot to play for yet. But I don't really care, to be honest. If we win the Carabao Cup today, I'll consider it job done with Southend United. We'll have won all the things I wanted to. And I can really get excited. We've got League One opposition in the FA Cup quarter-final. Liverpool playing City in the other one of those. And the other two are between championship sides. So maybe an opportunity in that as well. And if this works today, it might be a pre-rehearsal for the FA Cup final because we might end up playing Liverpool again. So let's go and get through to the fixtures. There's nothing else to wait for. Liverpool have beaten us so many times in cup finals. And we're going to try something different to put it right. So let's see the team we're going for today because Junior Krupi is the original star left in this Liverpool team. We know him from the Twitch save with Aberdeen where we briefly managed him. We've basically tried to sign 3 of that back 4 at some point in the past. We've also got quality players in attacking areas to deal with. But this is what I've gone for. Not the shape we're going to apply once we get into the game. We've been working on our second tactic we've set up and we'll change to that once we get in. We want to try and throw the opposition if we can. A few things we've had to bear in mind. Teddy Ivanov is back from a long injury, but not really fit enough to play, so I'm not going to put him in the squad, despite the fact I'm tempted to because of his previous record, and I still might do it, to be fair. He's a decent penalty taker as well. Vite's on there for a defensive option, but he's not really fit, and Kivrakidis can do it. So, do you know what? Teddy Ivanov's going on the bench. Roy Curley a good penalty taker? Absolutely not. We've gone for this option. It does give us a different chance as well, because Fair, Wills and Ivanov can then all be penalty takers off the bench. Pretty sure that Vasquez, yeah, is a decent one as well. So we've got that thought in mind, but also we want to stifle Liverpool. We're sticking with the back four and goalkeeper. Ivusic is in for the suspended Memic. You could argue he's better than him now. Might be the best 1.1 million we've ever spent. We've gone for Katala over Robertson on the right. And I'm going to go for a 4-1-4-1. Bernberg will drop into a holding midfield role. He can then push to an attacking midfield one later if we want it. And we can also bring on someone like Muscat, who's actually a natural number 10. And Elmi's just going to be up there on his own. I want to stay in the game rather than finding ourselves 2 or 3 goals down like we have in so many of these finals. So the 11 we're going for in full is Cusqueta in goal, Carlos and Ivusic the fullbacks with Hansen and Rakowski at centre-half. That's not ideal, but of course with Herbert injured, we've got no choice. Bernberg will slide into the holding role behind Kivrakidis and Marciano. Then moving forward, we've got Katala and Adamson out wide with Elmi through the middle up front. Let's go and get into this. A very different Carabao Cup final. Might be an experiment that doesn't pay off at all. But I think you'll probably accept in the comments. I've got to do something different and play 4-4-2 and get beaten every time. So let's see if it works. Well, Liverpool have made 5 changes today, including a goalkeeper, including some of the star attacking players. But when you look at their bench with Zaire-Emery, with Brook, they've got quality. They've left Marconi out the squad, which must be injury related, surely. But are they taking this one seriously? Certainly looks it from the squad numbers. Let's get through the dressing room. Go and show what we're capable of, boys. Get yourselves motivated. Marco Rose and Arne Slot have been the 2 managers that have cost us the most trophies in this save. Marco's trying to do the same again. I'll tell you what I haven't done. I haven't changed the tactic. Bear with me a moment. We'll be back to that highlight in a second. Well, Operation Stay in the Game has been activated. Let's just hope we don't concede before. What would be great is if we scored in the one highlight before we change it, then we can just hold on for an ugly 1-0. Bernberg, oh my God. Elmi's touch is just too heavy. There's a benefit of having a ball-playing midfielder in the centre-forward role. Played a lovely little delicate pass there, which didn't quite come off. Bernberg losing out there, but Adamson finds him again. Maybe Peter Bernberg's been a striker all this time. Here he goes again. Peter Bernberg to Elmi. What a start. Forgetting to change the tactic has made me look like a genius. Peter Bernberg, the fans will be standing there going, what on earth is he doing up front? He created a clear-cut chance. Then he created another. 1 minute gone, we're 1-0 up. And now we're going to a 4-1-4-1, sit everyone behind the ball. This could work out perfectly. I'm sure we might concede in the next 5 minutes to prove me wrong. But this could end up being a masterstroke. A first-minute goal for Southend in the final. And now we're backs against the wall. We're just going to try and sit on it. Hopefully this will work out. I was planning to do this at 0-0. So to do it from 1-0 up is a bonus. Well, here we are on the right-hand side as Marginson finds Milasinovic. Gives it into midfield and they've somehow beaten 3 of them. Cavalcante and Rakowski wins the ball. I thought it was going to be a penalty. Danger's not gone yet though. Krupi in, deflected shot. And what a block that is from Jan Carlos. What I want to know though is how has that one pass beaten a 3-man midfield? God, we look easy at the pass through to Manchester United there. As Cavalcante puts the corner in. Good header. Up as far as the edge of the box. But it's still with Cavalcante again and Ferguson. Mezza's got it. If we can nick this back, got a chance on the counter, but it's not to be. Koreski, we're deep in our own third. Look at that shape. There's bodies everywhere. They're not stopping the ball at the minute, which is the problem. Krupi to the byline unopposed. Cusqueta punches, but punches well. And Marciano can look right. Katala's making a run. Look how quick we've got 4 up in support. Liban Elmi's one of them. And he blazes it wide at a post. No composure from the top scorer there. I would have expected him to finish that. We do look a threat on the counter. And crucially, we're still a goal up. But with 5 minutes to the break, this game is far from over. At this stage, though, I will absolutely take the position. Peter Bernberg might have to be a striker for the rest of the year. Let's just say, don't allow complacency to creep in. Please, boys, please deliver me the one that's been missing. Into the second half, it's been a slow start. So far, this game is working for us. But we've got to keep things fresh as the game goes along. Kivrakidis on a yellow, not quite fit. Adamson struggling a bit as well. So changes will be in the offing soon. And Liban Elmi has now picked up a knock. So that is the cue to make the subs. Elmi is going to be replaced by either Nana Fair or Joe Wills. Which one's it going to be? I'm going to go Joe Wills up front, you know. Bit of extra height in there. I'm going to go Vasquez. Oh, he's nervous. I'll tell you what, we'll go Jorg Robertson. We'll move Katala to the left. Jorg Robertson on the right, and then Kivrakidis, who's done well to get through an hour, will be replaced by Ivo Torres. He'll switch sides with Marciano because just puts the fear in me. Torres passing backwards again after what happened against them a couple of years ago when we were actually on course to win a Carabao Cup. 3 changes made, 25 to go. I mean, they've only had 1 shot on target, which is a far cry from what we've seen in previous finals where Liverpool just run all over us. Maybe we found something. What a shame we didn't do it 2 years ago. Bernberg's knackered, but I'm not taking him off. Marciano, though, will now move. He'll come off for Muscat. I've got to put Torres in the playmaker role. Hopefully, it won't make a difference. 1 more sub remaining. Katala is the man, ideally. I don't know if I can do it yet. I'm not going to make the 5th sub for the sake of it. We're going to leave it for now. I guess if we concede, we can then throw Ivanov up there. They're telling me to take Andre on for Bernberg, but I'm not going to. What I might have to do, I'm going to regret not having the mug here, aren't I? I need to activate the time wasting. Let's get it on. Katala's going to come off for Vasquez. It's a few minutes. Hopefully he'll be all right. We're going to time waste all of the time. We're not going to have as much width. We're going to be more disciplined. We're going to play for set pieces. Do I even want to run at the defence more? I don't know that I do, to be honest. Kind of just want to keep it and have a nice time. Whether or not we can do that is a different question. Slow the pace down. Counter when it's 1, yes. We want to try and get the second on the break still. Really see it out. But let's get into that low block, the low line of engagement, and sit in our own half with 9 out of 10 behind the ball. 1.5 minutes to go. Are we finally going to do it? We finally won the bloody Carabao Cup. It took us to change tactic, and I know it sort of shored us up later on in the game, but I don't know if I can take the credit for it, because the winning goal came in the first minute when we were accidentally playing 4-4-2. But sometimes you need a bit of luck, and Peter Bernberg, after years of struggling in big games in midfield, has just become one of the best centre-forwards in the world overnight. It is Liverpool 0, Southend United 1. The missing piece in my trophy cabinet is there. We have finally won the Carabao Cup in the 17th season. And after 2 successive final defeats, after losing 7 of the last 8 domestic cup finals, we have managed to put it right and win one. We win the Carabao Cup. The trophy cabinet is complete. And now I need to make an announcement before the next game. Let's go and get through to it. We're going to be playing in midweek. And we'll be back in a moment for that one. A huge game in the Champions League. Well, there is the confirmation. A 1-0 win, a first-minute goal. Kind of due to a tactical error of me not setting up right for the first minute. But sometimes you make your own luck. Liban Elmi will now miss the Champions League games and that. But as I said, in a weird way, the Carabao Cup was the one that mattered to me. Peter Bernberg, you are the greatest striker I've ever seen. Who knew? Who knew for all these years you were actually just a centre-forward waiting to get put in the right position? What a ridiculous day, eh? Some things you just can't explain. After all the years of putting world-class players in their right position, it's when you chuck Bernberg up front that it all comes together. But now we're going to be back for the Arsenal game in 4 days' time, a Champions League last 16 match. But it's important we make an announcement here because this is the reason I carried on, because I wanted to win everything domestically. I know we haven't won the UEFA Super Cup, but the chances of us winning the Champions League again are pretty small. But we've won all of the big 4. We've won the FA Cup, we've won the Carabao Cup, we've won the league a few times, and we've now won the Champions League too. So as a result, this will be our last season with Southend United. It would have been last year if we'd won the Carabao Cup before the Champions League final. But I think a bit like Jurgen Klopp, we're now going to get our announcement in early, let the club work towards it. It's a feature I'd love to see in FM actually, to say I'm going to resign at the end of the year. But I'm letting you guys know, this will be the final season, but we're going to make it a big one and try and win as much of this quadruple as possible. Back in a minute as we continue our quest for the European one. Well, time for the first leg of the Champions League last 16 in our long bowing out process as Southend United. It would be nice if we could do it officially because we could be treated like a legend for 3 months, but there we go. The front 2 of Arsenal is the one we've got to watch out for with Waneri and Luke Robertson, the one remaining original, and of course, the superstar who always scores against us. And they've got the centre-half De Palma, who we tried to get on a free a few years ago, but they nicked from under our wings. The one positive is that Arsenal have fallen apart in the league in recent months. They've dropped from 2nd or 3rd to 6th or 7th. They've had a tough time. and we're just going to try and make it work. We're going to go back to 4-4-2. Of course, it will be all change up front because Elmi is injured anyway. So we're going to adjust this team a little bit. Not too much. Going to rest everyone in a weekend against Palace. And let's get our 11 picked. We'll be back in a minute to run through it. Well, just to keep it nice and simple, there's no changes other than the front two. We've dropped Bernberg back in. Kivrakidis not quite fully fit, so he drops to the bench. And then Wills and Fair are the two that come in up front. We have got Memic back on the bench after suspension, but he's thrown his toys out the pram about a contract. Him, Torres and Marciano all came to us within a day of the final. It shows what a bit of success does, doesn't it? But otherwise, I've kept the back nine the same. Ivusic is playing brilliantly anyway. So this is the team we're going for. Wills and Fair are the two that have got to deliver. Hopefully they can do that, and we can make it through to the last 8. 2 games against Arsenal in the space of 6 days. And if we could retain our European crown, this would be one hell of an achievement to finish our time in charge. Well, 3 changes for Arsenal today, as Ethan Nwaneri is one of those coming in, actually. They obviously made a couple of adjustments at the weekend. Darnell Furlong still doing a decent job there, and her right back is one of the best players at the club. So they've definitely gone first choice tonight. Another of our former players we've seen already this season, Aaron Berek, he is on the bench for them. A good servant for us, but shouldn't be as good as what we've got. So let's tell the boys to put on a real show here. Hopefully we can remain unbeaten as the Champions League music comes along. The Emirates Stadium is ready for it as we head into the first half. Will we be able to hold on for a result here? We've had a few mixed days away from home in the Champions League. But last season, we were really professional. Remember, we beat United 6-0 on aggregate, won 3-0 in both legs. I think Arsenal are a bit better than them, unfortunately. And they're away down the right with Nwaneri. Robertson running off him. And we're still without Lewis Herbert, which is really costly. 1 goal down in 6 minutes. Not the start of our signing off we were hoping for. Is it going to be a long 3 months? It's starting to look like it. Jan Carlos picks it up on the left. Would be nice to score from the kickoff. Wills finds Adamson. 2 in the box, 3 arriving. Adamson to the byline towards Katala. It's just a nowhere cross. He's not looked up. The 2 strikers have made runs. The back post where you've got the right winger, and he's sort of halfway between the two. Just floated in and hoped. As Arsenal then come on the attack from it, it might cost us a goal. Not going to concede again, are we? And 2 in 2 minutes. So away as far as Marciano. Bernberg doing the defending. And here's Joe Wills to hold up for Adamson. Chance to counter down the left. Frantic game. Going for one of those high-scoring thrillers today. As Jan Carlos breaks down the line. We can go back to entertaining. Now we've won the one we wanted. Wills cuts back. Bernberg on the edge. Go on. Peter Bernberg just over. The confidence that cup final has given him. It's almost been crucial. We've been the better side so far according to the stats. But the one that matters is in Arsenal's favour. Well, a quarter of the game gone, and it's Southend United doing the probing again as Katala gets it in midfield to Joe Wills, who smashes the woodwork. Oh, it's becoming an unfortunate night. Are we going to be missing our top scorer, our main man, Liban Elmi? Hopefully Fair and Wills can deliver as they try and play a 1-2 here. Wills doesn't quite get the connection. Ivusic wins it back though. Katala to Marciano. Really worked his way into that 11 this year. And here he comes down the right to Katala. 2 in the middle. Nana Fair's one of them. He's 24 for the season. And now he's the top scorer. Nana Fair is the man that we're worrying about. A 50th goal for Southend. An assist from Katala, who was at Arsenal on loan last season, ironically. And we're back in this tie, but we're straight at the other end. Nwaneri, unmarked. Oh my God. Don't do this to me. You've put in one incredibly disciplined performance. But Arsenal, again, 2 attacks, 2 goals. It's becoming the way. It's really frustrating. This wasn't happening before, I've got to be honest. And it's a good time to bow out. We've got the one we wanted. We've won the clean sweep. But I don't feel I can take them further without becoming a more cautious and defensive manager. And at the stage with the amount we've won, I don't really want to do that. If we could just wrap up the league or something this year, that would be nice. I don't want to go 4-5-1 permanently to try and get these trophies won. As Joe Wills is up and heads just wide. We've still got that attacking threat, but we look so vulnerable at the back. And again, you look at the players we missed out on in the last few years, like De Palma, who's gone to Arsenal, we're playing tonight. And that's the reason we can't become that dominant side in all competitions, because those top players are still picking the other clubs. As Marciano tries to go left to Adamson, it's a terrible pass. Carlos can't get there. Arsenal trying to play out though. Can we catch them? Yes, we can. Ivusic wins it back for Katala. Marciano to Nana Fair again. And Nana Fair has delivered again. 2-2 and 2 on the night for him. If we can keep him fit the rest of the season, we've got half a chance because he always scores goals. He is our own Dion Kranjic. And at 2-2, with half a game gone, this is starting to look like a bit of a thrilling tie. We'll get through the half-time break and through the dressing room. We'll tell the lads to prove a point. We'll give them 10 or 15 more. But Bernberg, back to usual service in midfield. Adamson's having a poor game. And Arsenal have got a corner, which with no Herbert at the back, I'm a little bit worried about. And that's why De Palma has a free header. It goes over the bar. Just imagine we'd had De Palma and Herbert. Would have been so much fun at the back. We are at the other end with an unfair corner though. To the back post towards Joe Wills. He's taken over the duty pretty well tonight. He's winning the headers. He's not hitting the target. And that's what you'd expect from the centre forwards. 10 minutes gone in the second period. You can see from the stats, we've been by far the better team. Just not finding the way to get it over the line. As with an hour gone, I'm going to look at changes. Bernberg struggling physically. Adamson struggling with his performance. And in the substitutes, Vasquez and in Kivrakidis, we've got 2 quality replacements. So let's get them on. Wills is another one, but Ivanov's only just back to fitness. I don't want to throw him on too early. So I'm going to give it another 10. Marciano will be the other sub there. But can we get the lead in this tie first? As Katala goes to a Vucic from the throw. Up to the back post to Luis Vasquez. Talk about a super sub. Keeper caught in no man's land. Defence as bad as ours there. Darnell Furlong, a former right back, would have appreciated his one, tucking in at the back post there. As it is, he didn't do so. We deservedly take the lead. Now we're 3-2 up in this blockbuster tie. Now I ask the question. I'm going to bring off Catala and Marciano for Robertson and for Ivo Torres. Do I do the same again? No. I'm going to take off Joe Wills. But instead of bringing on Ivanov, I'm going to bring on Leighton Muscat. And we're going to put him into midfield. He'll replace Torres there. Torres will go to the back. We'll put Vasquez as an attacking winger and leave just one up front. I think this is the way forward. We've got the lead in the tie. Would be a great result on the night if we can pull it off. So let's put the fullbacks on to defend. And let's try and be sensible in these cup ties. It's something that I've not often done before. As our final push for the final season, can we tactically get it right? We're 3-2 up with 10 to go, but Arsenal have now resorted to the long throws and it's worked. Aaron Berek, our former man, has missed an absolute sitter. Definitely a bit of Darnell Furlong influence there. That's the one thing he has got in his locker. With 5 to go, we're fortunate to still be ahead. So defending again left a lot to be desired. Nana Fair on a free kick about 35 yards out. Must pass surely. Robertson to Carlos, great routine. He's on his weaker right foot, but he gets the second bite of the cherry. On his left this time, back towards Muscat. It's under hit, just foul him. Oh, he's done even better. Won the ball back without a foul. Muscat, that's incredible. Ivucic down the right-hand side. Can we now find a way through with Jorg Robertson? 2 strikers in the middle. Vasquez is one of them, who's tucking in at the back post there. But he's not able to find the finishing touch. Again, we're into 5 added minutes. And I'm going to go for the old dirty routine again. Apologies, everyone. You're going to have to get used to this season. I've learned that this is the way we win. We're going to play for set pieces. We're going to be disciplined. We're going to slow it down. We're going to make sure that we are a proper cup team for the rest of this year. Win as many trophies as possible. We want to stay entertaining in the league at least. 3-2 with 2 minutes of stoppage time to go. Just about edged the game overall. And a great first leg in the Champions League last 16 has put us in the ascendancy thanks to the super sub Vasquez. We lead 3-2 going into the home leg against Arsenal. We've still got a chance to defend our crown. Let's go and have a look at the schedule, see when we're next going to be back. I think we can go through the second leg here because with home advantage, with a goal up, we should be fine. But what are we going to come back for? We've got the FA Cup quarter final against QPR, which we should win. I mean, the one game I've got to show you in the Premier League is Liverpool away. And in the Champions League, I presume the last 8. Will it start after the international break, maybe? In April, I presume it probably will. Yes, it will. It'll be the first 2 weekends of April. So maybe either second leg of the Champions League last 8, if we make it, and Liverpool away. My only worry is, will the Liverpool game get moved for an FA Cup semi-final if we get there? Because it's normally around that weekend. So I'll play it based on how the schedule and the fixture congestion changes. But we're going to be back some point around mid-April. You will see Liverpool away in the Premier League on camera. Probably the title decider. And you will see the next round of the Champions League if we make it. And of course, the FA Cup semi-final could be against a championship team. Might be against Liverpool again. We'll wait and see. If you enjoyed this one, I was going to say a thrill to finally win the Carabao Cup, but the final was far from that. It was one of my old school ones, a 1-0 win, an ugly game, but we did it. We finally completed the English trophy cabinet. Please do put a thumbs up if you enjoyed that. The first minute goal from Elmi and the mistaken striker who became world class. A good win against Arsenal in a far more entertaining game. And that's the way we'll endeavour to play for most of the rest of the season. If you want to stay up to date and see how many we win on our farewell tour from Steve Tilson Park, then please do subscribe and turn that notification bell on. Speaking of title deciders and big matches, we had one yesterday in the coach's head at Sporting Lisbon, and another couple to follow tomorrow as well. Make sure you stay up to date with that one. There's links in the eye above to that playlist, the Twitch channel for regular live streams, and a football podcast for loads of predictions. Our latest championship ones will be out later today. But for now, a massive thank you for watching and getting involved as always. And I'll see you back here next time for more massive matches as we start our farewell tour and our push for a first quadruple.